I asked my wife if she could start referring to me as Dr. Jackson. She didn't even laugh. I didn't get even a grin. My goodness. Good morning. Let me first thank Dr. Shaw, Dr. Scharfman, and the Board of Trustees and the Faculty Council, alumni, and of course, the graduating class of 2018. I owe a special measure of thanks to my wife and to my two lovely children who are back in New York, but send their warm regards. And the friends and family members that have come to see you today, if they're anything like mine, when I graduated from college 20 years ago, the look of relief and surprise that rested on their face that I had actually survived that much time away, and yet I hadn't ended up in jail with any body parts broken was quite a surprise to, I think, my entire town. Cairo, Illinois is where I come from, a town of less than 3,000 people. I left there in 1993 to attend the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York at the age of 17. There are a lot of you here that do math really well, and really quickly in your head, please refrain from doing so right now. Thank you for allowing me to join in the chorus of praise and pride in your accomplishments today. That I get to honor your hard work and perseverance is a great honor to me. I mean, I'm happy to be with you here today, not only because of this, because I mean, wow. But I honestly have no idea why you've asked me to be here. I'm thinking that my former castmate, Stacia, probably had a hand in that. So I'd just like to say off the bat, if the next few minutes don't go well, it's totally her fault. If they do go well and you don't feel hotter than you did 30 minutes ago, it's her fault too. Thank you, Stacia. We are a long way from the lights of a Broadway stage, a long way from the organized chaos of a set of a TV show being made. That's where I live. We're at the beginning of a new road to the future. That's where you guys live. A place where there is no script, there's no predetermined conclusions. It's just you and your dreams and your hang-ups and your successes and your mistakes. But if today signifies anything, it's that you have figured quite a few things out. And hopefully you've grown some thick skin. Hopefully your perspective has matured. Hopefully you've chosen your direction. Because I have to tell you, perhaps in no other time as of now, you are needed. And your voices are needed, and your ideas and innovations are needed. While considering what I would share with you today, I was at a loss as to what you might find inspiring. What could I offer that could serve as motivation in a moment like this? And I asked around, listened to my favorite music, consulted my favorite authors, went to YouTube and watched a ton of famous speeches. Check that off the list. I mean, this is a tall order for a guy who makes a living reading words that were written for him. I went to our first president, spent a little time with that guy. I found out the words of George Washington particularly prescient. One of my favorite quotes where he said, "I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man." In a moment in time where truth is under siege seemingly from all sides, character and honesty matter. The line between reality and fiction play out in every part of our culture and our discourse, in our work, and in our expectations of ourselves and each other. I went to the voice of Donny Hathaway when he's saying, keep your self-respect, keep your pride, get yourself in gear, keep your stride. Never mind your fears, brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. I went to that guy that wrote that show that I did, Lin Miranda. I said, dude, what should I talk about when I go to Atlanta in front of all of these graduates who've accomplished things? And then with a grin on his face, he said, act like you know how to speak in front of people. but I considered his words. Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and full of glory. You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story. I'd like to tell you that you can expect your lives to get easier. They probably won't. The decision's clearer. They're not. The disappointment's muted, and your victory's sweeter. But I can't promise you any of that. What I can do is share with you my hope in you and in tomorrow. Hope is what endures. Hope is what you've learned and continue to learn. Faith and justice prevailing for everyone, and swiftly at that. And above all, love. One of my favorite authors, F. Scott Fitzgerald, said, I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over again. I pray you a lifetime of new beginnings, surpassed expectations, and in leaving you with the words, yet again from that guy, George Washington, through the pen of Lin Miranda, I know that you can win. I know that greatness lies in you. But remember, from here on in, history has its eyes on you. Thank you so much for letting me share this day with you. Congratulations and God bless.